I'm your host, Davina Shinsky, and you're listening to Live Without Limits Dreams Come True with the Right Mindset. Today's presentation is titled, What's Quiet Quitting? Everything you need to know about the new trend. When I first came across the term quiet quitting, I thought people were now quitting the job quietly. I was shocked that people are simply not showing up for work without formally resigning. They obviously sent me down a rabbit hole to figure out exactly what quiet quitting is and why all of a sudden it is so popular. According to the Gallup, at least 50% of employees in the US are quiet quitters. This is a large percentage, enough to awaken the researcher in me and make me more curious about why so many people are quiet quitting and what it is doing to the workforce. More importantly, I wanted to know what it is doing to the employees as individuals. Honestly, what I found out about the term surprised me even more. The different opinions that people have on the trend stirred mixed feelings that are worth sharing. But the main question here is I had after this my research was is quiet quitting real? And take it from me, it is up to you to decide for yourself. Quiet quitting refers to being at work during the time you are expected to be there and doing only the work that you were hired to do without going above and beyond. Unlike what I thought, people are not outright quitting their jobs. Quiet quitting means that they might look like not responding to emails outside of work hours, arriving at work on time and leaving on time, saying no to tasks outside one's traditional job description, planning office parties, for instance. For some, that means not being psychologically and mentally attached to the work as well. This common definition of quiet quitting has raised some concerns that people are wondering why we need a term to define people doing exactly what they were paid to do. This confirms how common it is for employees to overwork and take on tasks that are above their pay grade, such as when they stop taking additional work. They are referred to as quiet quitters. In my opinion, a term that seemingly has negative connotations that the quiet quitters are simply doing their jobs. So, why are people quiet quitting? Uh, the COVID pandemic shook things up a lot in various circles of life, work culture being one of them. People realize that there is more to life than just work. Work life balance became more popular, and most people started actively working towards reducing overworking and burnout. Some noticed that despite going the extra mile at work, their efforts were never acknowledged and they never received a thank you. The pandemic also made people more aware of how they are easily replaceable at work, but not at home. This wake up call pushed people toward doing the best that they can to spend time with their loved ones. Quiet quitters became more popular as time and people see the need to have firm boundaries, especially in the workplace, creating more time for them to do things that they enjoy with the people they love. The impact of quiet quitters. I guess the adventures or the advantages of quiet quitting have made the trend popular when people are not spending all their time working and having their whole personality defined by their career. They have more time for other things. The freedom of not going home with work and not having to cancel personal events for work is unmatched, especially when you are appreciated or unappreciated. Honestly, some people only go to work just so that they can afford to pay their bills. This is nothing wrong with that as long as they actually do their work. When such people quiet quit, they have time to do the things that they enjoy, even when they don't pay bills. However, in fields where people work as a team, if some quit while others do not, there is a high chance that others might feel like their team members are not carrying their weight by doing the bare minimum. Some aspects of work, such as the volunteering in charity organizations that are heavily dependent on people doing more than what is in their contract, can suffer when people quiet quit. In addition, the line between quiet quitting and being disengaged is very thin. It is believed that about 15% of U.S. employees are disengaged. These employees lose drive and feel it or find it difficult to do their work. Consequently, this takes the whole company a step back. Therefore, when quiet quitting employees should remember always to do what is expected of them. So, why is everyone quiet quitting? While a lot of people are quiet quitting, some are opting for the polar opposite, widely known as fat fire or fat financial independence and retire early. When fat firing, one works way harder than they are expected to. They take on as many side hustles as they possibly can get, lead a modest life, and build their savings. The idea is that then retire early because life is too short and spend it all working. So what do you want to know more about? Or rather, each of these two opposite ways of handling work seems to have each of these two opposite ways of handling work seems to have its own fair share of pros and cons. The main difference being one guarantees comfort in the long run, while another one grants that now. With so much on social media and media in general about work culture, it might be confusing to figure out exactly what works for you. I hope that this presentation provided you with some basic information needed to decide if quiet quitting is for you. And remember, there are things that you can actually do that can take you to that next level and make it worth it for you. And here's the thing, do you want to quiet quit where you do just your job that you need to do? Or do you want to do something where you're exerting more at an earlier age and retiring early? That's two different ways of doing things, but you need to know what fits for you and what fits your personality and how you are going to do things. Because the difference is you have more time now to spend with your family, but if you can also set it up where you could put yourself in a position where, and this happens mainly when people are entrepreneurs and self employed, where what they do is they will work from home. And a lot of companies have people working remotely today. So if you take it and work it so that you are working from home and in the process, you tell your family, this is my office hours. I cannot be disturbed. We'll do this for 90 days consistently. And once I finish with this project, so that it's building up residual income of things that will continue to work for me while I'm not working, then we can spend more time together. Or you can set it up so that you're spending more time with your family now and working longer in the long run. So it's up to you to decide exactly what you are going to do and how you're going to do it.